Hey, go ahead and throw your names on here. And it is first hour. Hey, we are looking at probability today. Probability is how likely an event is to occur. So I think we use the phrase probability just in like everyday language, like what's the probability it's gonna rain today? What's the probability that Miss Ho is gonna show back up on May 5th when she said she was? And I did. So probability is the number of favored outcomes, so the number of things that you want to happen or that you're looking to happen, divided by the number of possible outcomes. So like if you're flipping a coin and you want to know if you're going to get heads or tails, and you're trying to get heads, heads would be a 1 out of 2 probability because the coin has 2 sides. If you're trying to roll a 6 on a dice, that would be 1 out of 6 because it's 1 out of the 6 sides on a standard die. So when we are solving for when we are finding probability today, not really solving, just finding probability today, we are going to find probability both as a fraction and a percent. It's the same thing, you just have to turn the fraction into a percent. So to turn your fraction into a percent, you are going to multiply that probability. So top divided by bottom, multiply it by 100, and that's going to give you the percent chance of it occurring. All right, so we've got 1, 2, is there one on the back? Yeah, there's compound probability on the back. So we've got 2 examples on the front, and then we're going to look at compound probability on the back. So our first example is a card from a deck of 52, just like standard regular playing cards is drawn. We want to find the probability of picking a black card. I learn every year when I'm doing this lesson that kids don't know the 52 cards that make up a deck of playing cards. So I'll put up a picture of them after for your assignment because there's some of these on your assignment. But a deck of playing cards has 52 cards and half of them are black. So half of them are red and half of them are black. So we could say 26 out of 52 as our fraction, but it's actually easier to just say half of them. So 1 out of every 2 cards is black. Then from there, we will want to find that as a percentage. What percentage is 1/2? 50%. So we know that that's going to be 50% just because that's like the one percentage that we should all know. If it were a more complicated fraction, you could always do 1 divided by 2 times 100 to get 50%. Right. Next one on here, we want to find the probability that we are going to get a card with an odd number on it. So here's where I'm going to pull up a deck of cards on Google Images. Alright. Come grab a note sheet, please. Okay, so in a deck of cards, we have ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. So each suit has 13 cards. The odd numbers are 3, 5, 7, and 9. I don't know what I just said. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of every 13 of those have an odd number on them. Or we could say 16, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 out of all 52. Either way, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to go with the smaller one. So I'm going to say 4 out of every 13 cards has an odd number on it. Okay, that, I don't know what percentage that is, so we would need to do that. So you're going to do 4 divided by 13, multiply that by 100, and then we are going to round to the closest whole percent. So 30.7, we're going to round that up to 31%. Right. And then the last one we are going to do, we are going to find the probability that a card is not a spade. So a spade is one of the 4 suits on a deck of cards. So these are all spades down here, this bottom row. I used to call them shovels because I thought they looked like shovels. So that means 3 out of the 4 suits. Can you guys stop talking, please? Just focus for like 5 more minutes. 3 out of the 4 suits are not spades. So our probability there would be 3 out of 4 that it is not a spade. What percentage is 3/4? 75. Yeah, so think about 3/4 as 75 cents. Cool. Hey, any questions on those? Alright, so that one took a little bit because we had to look at a deck of cards, but none of the rest of them are like that. Next one, you have 1 red, 4 pink, 5 yellow, and 10 orange starbursts. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to add up how many starbursts we have total. So 1 plus 4 is 5, plus another 5 is 10, plus another 10 is 20. So we know that we have 20 starbursts total. So that's going to be the bottom of every one of my fractions. 20, 20, 20. Okay, the probability of picking a yellow one, there are 5 yellows, so that's going to be 5 out of 20. And then 5 out of 20 is 1/4, it's 25%. Okay. The next one is asking the probability of picking a red. There's only 1 red starburst, so that's going to be 1 out of 20. So 1 out of 20 is 0.05. Multiply that by 100, that's 5%. So just a 5% chance of getting a red. Okay, and then the last one is that we don't pick a red or a yellow. So like, let's say you don't like those colors, you like orange and pink, which I get the pink, but orange is kind of gross. So, there are 4 pinks and 10 oranges. So those are the ones that are not yellows and reds. So that's going to be a 14 out of 20. 14 divided by 20 times 100 is 70%. Okay, don't flip it over yet. Add up these 3 percentages real quick. While I fix attendance one more time. Okay, what did you guys get when you added those up? 100%. So the probability of picking yellow, red, or not yellow or red adds up to 100, because you got to pick something, okay? So this is the probability of picking yellow, the probability of picking red, and this is the probability essentially of picking pink or orange, because those are the not yellow or red ones. Awesome. Because something's got to happen. All right, flip this over. We have one more thing to talk about on the back, and that is compound probability. So compound probability is the probability of 2 events occurring together. So the probability of it snowing and school getting canceled, something like that. Which those actually would be a correlation, so never mind, that was a bad example. So let's just the same event happening twice. Like the probability that we flip a coin and get odd, and then we flip a coin and get odd again. So, with compound probability, we are looking at specifically independent events, which means the outcome of one event does not affect the other. So I misspoke when I said the snow and school getting canceled, because obviously snow affects whether school is going to get canceled. So it's 2 events that are completely unrelated, or the result of one doesn't happen or affect the result of the other. So for compound probability, we're going to find the probability of the first event happening and then multiply it by the probability of the second event happening. So this is our third example. A single die is rolled twice, and we're talking just a standard 6-sided die. So the first one is the probability we get an odd number, and then a probability we get less than 5. So the probability of getting an odd number on a dice would be if we get 1, 3, or 5. So that's going to be a 3 out of 6 chance. So we could put 3 out of 6, or we could put 1/2. Either of those are correct. Because half the numbers on the dice are odd. Then the probability that we get less than 5. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that is going to be a 4 out of 6 chance. So we have a 3 out of 6 chance for that first thing happening, and a 4 out of 6 chance of that second thing happening. From there, we are then going to multiply things together. So we'll multiply our fractions. 3 times 4 is 12. And then 6 times 6 is 36. So we have a 12 out of 36 chance of this happening. Okay, and then 12 divided by 36. Multiply that by 100. Oh, times 100, not divided by 100. We get 33.33. That is a 33% chance of that happening. Alright, next one. The probability that we roll not a 2 both times. So we never roll a 2. What is the likelihood of us not rolling a 2? Think about all the other things that could happen. 5 out of 6, awesome. So it's going to be 5 out of 6. And then once again, we're looking for the same thing to happen again. It's going to be a 5 out of 6 again. 5 out of 6 times 5 out of 6. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6 is 36. So we have a 25 out of 36 chance of this happening. So 25 out of 36. And multiply that by 100. 69.4. 4 is less than 5, so we don't round up. We stay the same. It's going to be 69%. Eight. And then the very last one, probability that we only get even numbers. So on a dice, the even numbers are 2, 4, and 6. So that's going to be 3 out of the 6 options. And then once again, probability that we roll a dice again, still going to be a 3 out of 6 chance. 3 out of 6 times 3 out of 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 6 times 6 is 36. 9 goes into 36 4 times. That would reduce to 1/4. Just FYI. So 9 divided by 36 is going to be exactly 25%. Awesome. Okay, any questions right now? Hey, glue these into your notebook, please.